Okay, we're going to be covering Numbani first point defense. I'm going to be playing Winston, and then I'm also going to cover first point offense as well, playing Diva, and I'll explain why I end up playing Diva. So Numbani first point, this is Masters 4, by the way. Numbani first point is kind of a complicated point. I think a lot of teams get full health here because they don't really understand how the point works. Numbani first point is all about high ground. Like, it's absolutely critical. There's not even any point walking on low ground until you've cleared high ground. Like, it's like absolutely critical to clear high ground, which is why I recommend for both offense and defensive tanks to be able to play mobile heroes. It is possible to play Brawl on defense, I would say, but I think on offense, it's virtually impossible to play it. I mean, you'll have to roll the dice that they don't have a lineup that will abuse you, right? They're playing ranged, like, hit scan. You just cannot do anything as a Brawl tank on offense. So I'm going to start here playing as Winston. Again, my perspective is I just want to figure out what their lineup is, figure out what I'm dealing with. So for example, if they play Diva, I'd play a lot safer because Diva absolutely obliterates Winston. But Winston versus Winston, that's fine. Right? I just spoke a little bit. I think I missed both of these shots. I don't want to get slept out here and get poked or picked off here, so I just go back immediately. It's mostly just a scout. I lost the book war anyway. I shift over here because I'm expecting the Winston to dive this side, and I want to help burn down the Winston as soon as possible, because if the Winston jumps early, I have a great opportunity to burn him down really, really fast. And this is where timing is everything, right? When the Numbani first point is like the old 2CP maps, if anybody played Overwatch 1, where if you don't go in all at the same time, you get completely obliterated and it feels like you did nothing. So I'm trying to see, can I get an opportunity to maybe peel this Winston very, very quickly, right? So Winston goes in, but you see his team is clearly not ready. Right? He's still got an Anna who's like walking up from main. You have Kiriko down here. You have a Genji over here, and then I don't even. The Tracer's dead already. So there's no reason for this Winston to be here. I immediately step forward because I want to prevent my team from getting zapped. There's no way to prevent Winston from zapping at all. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna zap somebody, but I want him to only zap me. I have so much health. I can't get picked here. Right? I zap. I melee. I see he's low. Right? He goes for mega. Fine. I reload. Come back up top. He goes again. Right? And now I see that he's low, super low, I go right back down. I also know that I have a Zen, so it makes it a lot easier for me to blow people up. I follow Genji to try to get another pick, to get a stagger. I put down bubble to make sure I don't get picked, and I go back. Right? So right there, we already saw what happened, right? Obviously, the Tracer died first, which is great, but mostly I'm like aware that the Winston is going too early. And I'm exploiting that by jumping on him with the rest of my team and blowing him up before he can do anything. I rotate top right, I'm scouting again. I see the Tracer. I don't really want to fight the Tracer because she can just zip into me, like do 200 something plus damage, and then zip away before I can kill her. So not so great. I play close to the choke here. I step back initially because I want to see if they're going main. Once I've confirmed they're going high ground, I want to play close to this door. And now my job is to just shut down this door. I don't have to get any kills, right? It's all about just shutting them down. Every second that they can't walk forward is great for me. They've got a Ramatra now, which is like fine. I totally ignore the Ramatra. I'm just zapping the backline. Why? Because I get way more damage on the backline. I try to jump in here, just get a little extra damage. I have I'm not in any danger of dying. Okay, they have no burst lineup. They don't have, they don't have like a Reaper, for example, who can kill me, or Torb, who can kill me very quickly. So I'm free to jump here. Even if I get slept, I'll get woken up right away. I have the bubble. I'm totally fine here. Right, bubble, full health. My Anna can see me. I'm not in any danger here. I see the Tracer go. I'm gonna leave her. Not my job. It is not my job to try to deal with like whatever's going on in the backline. Me holding 3 is the best thing I can possibly do. I'm holding the tank and 2 supports. Is my Cassidy overextended here? Yeah, probably. But on the other hand, like, I can't deal with all the problems, you know? Like, to some extent, I just need to like trust my team to do their job. I jump again, right, back to support. You see, I baited a little bit by going backwards to make the supports think that I was moving away from the door, and then jumped right back in to zap them. So again, Ramatra puts down bubble, no problem, right? Shield, again, doesn't matter to me. I totally ignore the Ramatra shield. Ramatra does very little damage, only slightly more damage than I do. So Winston does 60 damage a second, Ramatra does 100 with staff, 80 with punch. So he only does a little more damage than me. So it's not like I'm like, oh man, this Ramatra's burning me down. I know that as long as my Anna can see me the whole time, there's basically no way for me to die here. So again, no fear, right? I jump on the back line. Now I pop ulti. I'm going to whip this a little bit. All right. Knock her back. Gonna do a little follow. Yeah, and then finally I'll get her here. Not the best part I ever had, but not the worst. Definitely had worse ones than that. Force Kiriko. I see the Kiriko go, right? And I'm going right straight for her. I'm just ignoring everything else just killing the supports, because it's not my job to kill the tank, right? I'm going to do meaningless damage to the Ramatra. It's my job to peel off that Anna, first of all, and kill the Kiriko. But I want to step back a little bit and just talk about the Primal Rage timing. So why did I start Primaling here? So obviously I'm doing damage. I know I'm behind the Ramatra shield too, or was behind the Ramatra shield, so I'm not going to get any healing for a little bit. I can see that they're trying to... I saw the turret die. Okay, I can feel that the opposing team is starting to try to accelerate the fight. You know, I can like sort of hear through my headset, and then also kind of like feel like them popping abilities. So I want to make absolutely sure to get a pick right here. And I know the Anna's in the back, and I think I know she doesn't have sleep as well. Yeah, I think I. Oh well, she just misses it. Yeah, that would have been big if she did hit the sleep. But I do know she popped the sleep a little bit earlier, so I do have a little bit of time. Anyway, so I'm just kind of using that opportunity to be like, look, I just want to get a pick right here, make sure that we win this fight. You know, trading Primal for a pick, absolutely worth it. Okay, no problem. I'm not expecting to ever get more than one pick with it anyway, unless I'm fearless. Same thing, right? Set up, zap. I don't want to abuse this too much because I'm, like, again, a smarter Anna will sleep me, right? If I'm consistently playing the same spot. I back off, I don't want to take too much damage here. Zapping the Genji a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out if they're fully committed to coming this way. Now I can hear / tell they're coming this way. Get a little bit of bump damage. Once again, put bubble down. You notice that I'm not afraid of the Ramatra. I'm not afraid of the Ramatra Vortex at all. It only does 15 damage a second. You know, it's like, look at my health. My health is totally fine. I'm not worried about this at all. I have bubble, right? Again, I've noticed I'm mostly jumping in only when I have bubble to make absolutely sure I don't die. I drop off high ground now because I can feel I'm purpled now, and I can just feel them all kind of pouring out. I let them in a little bit. Ramatra comes low ground to try to punch me. Great, no problem. I reload. Go back up to high ground. Go for the Anna. Right, I see she's discorded. She sleeps. Good sleep. All right, I should have actually backed out of the bubble and just zoned the Anna that way. I go for the discorded Genji. Right, then I see Kiriko. Right, Kiriko's low. She's gone. Right, I go back for the Genji. I know the Genji doesn't have dash now, so I just zap, kill him. I look for the supports. I'm like, wait, they definitely both survived here. I look on the left. I see them on the right. They're both here for some reason. They're clearly loading up to try to kill me instantly. No problem, I have Primal. Also, note how fast I built Primal. I want to just rewind back and just note how fast I built Primal there. So, if you remember, in the previous fight, right? So I Primaled in this fight, right? So this is just one fight, like a little bit chase down, right? Still the same fight. Right? That's their one team fight. Okay? Now I'm at 27%. Right? I'm already at 47. Zap, 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 zap. I'm at 58, 60, 62, 65, 66. I drop, right? I'm at 67 right now. Right? This is just the next team fight. I'm at 72. Right? I go in. I get slept. Or whatever ends up happening here. Oh yeah, I go here. Zap, 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 zap. 96, I get to kill him with Genji. And then I'm back up here. So, again, the previous team fight, right? Like, just track my house, how many times the tanks come out, right? They came out the previous fight, right? Died. Team came out this fight, has died. I already have Primal again. That's how strong playing this spot here, if they try to force their way through when you're playing as Winston. You just farm ulti unbelievably fast. So again, right here, ulti's huge because I know that even though this is a 2-on-1 and I'm going to get purpled here and headshot, no problem because I have Primal, so I cannot die here, right? Unless I screw up completely. Pop Primal. I think I do a better job with this one. Alright, I intentionally jump by them because I want to knock them back towards my team. Knock her into the wall. I see Kiriko's low, swing, hit her. Right? Anna's trying to get away. This is great because Anna's just going to stagger herself, right? There's no way she's getting away here. So both of those supports just stagger themselves in exchange for me using Primal. Not the worst trade. I would have ideally liked to have done it without using Primal, but, you know, I'll take it, right? Especially since there's only 30 seconds left. So now they really have to rush 2 point, which is going to make it harder and harder for them. I'm trying to help my Cassidy, checking what's down here. Nothing's down there. I see they're setting up for top left, so what do? I immediately go top left. There's no tank. There's nothing here to stop me. Right? I immediately go in, zap, 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 zap. Kiriko goes down. Again, just putting damage pressure along with the rest of your team, really big. You know? It's like, do I get this kill? Absolutely not. Like, but a little bit of zapping helps, right? And maybe she eats a body shot that wouldn't have killed her otherwise in one zap. I see Genji goes. I jump to Genji again. Dead. Right? I think about killing the Anna, but I want to focus on point. I see that there's Ramatra on point. I zap. He's discorded. Right? The problem is he's got too much health here. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need to kill him. I don't need to do anything to kill him. I just walk away to make his ulti stop. I look. Anna's on point. Dead. And that's offense over. So, let's review the keys, okay? Again, number 1, right? Set up, scout. Figure out what they've got. Number 2, react to what they have. They had a very squishy dive lineup, right? They had Winston, Genji, Tracer, right? A very weak lineup that Winston feeds on. Just people who can't burst you down, right? No Cassidys, no Reapers, no Torbs. Great. Go to town, right? Absolutely go to town. Fight them wherever you can, every single time you can, right? I took advantage of the tank jumping out of position. The tank immediately switched off Winston. Then I just completely blocked them in because they were playing Brawl at that point, right? Playing Ramatra. Then I completely sealed them into this choke using the terrain to my advantage. I constantly farm ulti. I use ulti to get picks. Picks win fights, right? Winning fights wins games. And I just repeat that pattern over and over and over again. Constantly looking around, seeing like, who can I help? Who's vulnerable, right? Remember down here, I looked, I saw that Anna high ground, but then I decided instead of going for the Anna, I end up going for, I'm trying to rewind, trying to remember what this was. Yeah, when I go for the Genji, yeah, right here. So Zap, I see the Anna over here, okay? Could I jump the Anna? Absolutely. She's definitely within one jump radius. I also have Bubble. The problem is Anna, as far as I know, has Sleep and Nade, because I haven't seen her use either, right? So if I jump on top of her and she sleeps me, that could win the fight because I'm taken out of the fight. Instead, I see that there's a Kiriko here who I know doesn't have dash, or a Swift Step, because I saw her Swift Step away. And I know there's a Genji here without dash because I saw him dash away. So rather than trying to fight the Anna, I just jump onto these two who are trying to fight a turret, who have no mobility, and then I can just use Bubble here, or whatever I need to do, right? And then just kill them. You know, it's that straightforward, right? Again, tracking abilities, going after people with your team, working together, that's the key to winning. So let's talk about offense. So on offense, I would definitely play Winston here. Winston is a very reasonable choice. The reason why I'm not playing Winston is because the other team has just gotten rolled by me on Winston. So I'm making an educated guess that they're going to play characters that are bad, or good, rather good against Winston, that Winston is bad against, right? Probably a higher damage lineup, and in particular, I do not want to run to a Diva here. Right? A well-played Diva will totally shut down Winston. So I'm playing Diva myself. I'm much more durable. I'm expecting to see lots of hit scan here, lots of high damage, maybe a Reaper or a Torb. Diva's a million times better for that. So we're going to run the Diva out. Again, I want to scout and I figure out what they have. I go main initially. I see there's a Winston. I come up here. I want to control the corner. Winston cannot hold this corner against me. Right? I just do way more damage. All 5 of them are lined up. I'm like, wait, where the heck are my supports? I'm surprised to see my supports are going high ground here. I really would have expected my Anna to go main. This is going to be a problem. I just try to do some damage. I go over here. Basically, I'm trying to deflect the Winston. The Bubble, etc. is just too much damage. I think this is just a bad call by me. It's really tough. I think I just really should have snuck back in here. And then, like, fought my way out. I lose back here, which is basically a death sentence. And I have to reset. So going again, right, I kind of surprised them. They're clearly not expecting me to be this aggressive, right? I heard / saw. So I felt that someone's to my left, but for now, I know that the Winston is going to take a ton of damage here. So I'm just blowing up the Winston right away with my missiles. I hear them walking, the soldier walking in behind me, right? I shoot him, and then I commit. So I didn't know quite in the moment. I couldn't see how low he was. I just knew he was very low. Like, I knew he was like under 50, under 75 health. So even though it's dangerous for him to fly in here, I decided to go for it just to try to get the kill. I do, right? I bump back immediately. If I didn't get him, I didn't get him. And now it's a 5-on-4, right? That's a critical thing, is recognizing pick potentials. They made a mistake by overcommitting, right? But I generated that error, right? I forced that error by flying in and flipping their team, right? Splitting them up so the soldier ended up being on the outside while I put pressure on the Winston, forcing the Kiriko to heal the Winston, or else I would have killed the Winston, okay? Then the soldier runs in behind me. I recognize that because my team does a good job wearing him down, and they go and get a kill. So now it's 5-on-4. I want to go through. I bump the Winston off, right? Not to kill him, just to be able to give myself space and my team space to walk forwards, right? I ping over there to make sure my team knows that there's people. I'm just shooting the Winston. I don't want to leave high ground because I know the Winston's going to come back. Same strategy as me, right? Like, you know, remember what I did? I just jumped up top, right? Zap, 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 bubble. I do not want that to happen to my team. So I'm just blowing up the Winston every single time he comes up, right? I DM'd here because I saw that my team was a little low. Actually, I just feel like they're going to take some shots because I knew my Zen was peaking. I knocked Winston back to low ground. Again, Winston's feeling pretty impotent right now. There, I see my Ashe is low. Winston goes again. I blow him up with missiles. I knock him down. This time I drop with him because I got the full missiles on him. So now I know he's super low. With better aim, I probably would have killed him. I see the soldiers overextended, right? Boop. He's dead. I don't even need the missiles. I shoot bomb here even though it's full health just because I want to split the team. I don't know who's coming in right now, but I want to make absolutely sure nobody comes in. But that forces the Kiriko to come forwards, which is probably good. right? Yeah, exactly. So this bomb kills this Kiriko just by the fact that I chuck it. So I chuck bomb here, right? Kiriko has to go, right? Because that bomb is like basically perfectly placed. And then so she's forced to walk forwards, right? Which gets her killed. Winston doesn't have the damage to kill me. I pop D.Va. I think I also hit him with this. Maybe not. Anyway, he's low. He pops Primal. I try to blow him up. I hear the Ana shooting, right? I shoot her a little bit. Again, what's my job right now, right? My job is not to kill the Winston. Like, my team will take care of that. My job is to prevent these two from doing anything meaningful. So by shooting her, right, I can distract her. I can shoot the Cassidy, force the Cassidy to shoot me. I do not want the Cassidy to shoot, like, for example, my... Whoa, that's an interesting skin. I do not want the Cassidy to, for example, shoot my injured Ashe. So I'm just taking the corner, forcing them to come at a 90-degree angle to try to fight me, right? When they start committing, you know, I pop Matrix here, right? Because I don't want to get, you know, rolled and blown up by the Cassidy. Well-timed Dragon, and then that's pretty much the point. So again, did I get the kills there? Sort of, but not really, right? Really, it's about the positioning that I took initially, right? Up here, to split the team, recognize they made a mistake, right? Kill the soldier, which starts the 5-on-4, gives us momentum. We come in here, we actually lose our Ana to a Hanzo arrow. I prevent the Winston. I totally shut down the Winston from doing anything. Every time he comes up, I knock him down. Then eventually, I follow him down when I get the opportunity and force him to go back to his team. So not only do I prevent him from fighting my team, I force his team to have to keep healing their Winston to keep him alive and in the fight. Then I basically take him out of the fight. Then, recognizing that's Winston plus Kiriko, right? They also have Primal. And I need to make sure that, like, I get a kill here, right? I want to shut down the supports, but she's too far away for me to fly. Like, she was really far away. I chuck the bomb into the open field, which both forces the Kiriko forward to get her kill and would stop reinforcements, of which there were none at that moment in time. Then I remech, right? Help kill the Winston, hold the corner, and then we win. So that's the general idea on offense, right? Obviously, the setup's going to be totally different, right? And sometimes you won't get a pick, and sometimes it'll be more complicated than that. But at the very least, I want to show this as one example of a very smooth first point defense and a first point offense. Hopefully it's helpful.